Good morning. Good morning to all my viewers. Hope you all watched my previous videos and enjoyed them. Today we'll talk about scruples. This term scruples means having moral character, being an upright person, being a person with good principles, being honest, being truthful, and being faithful. All the positive qualities in a human being. Means a scrupulous person. Plenty people have come across who they put up a sham front, they put up a act that they are people who have got scrupulous personalities, and deep down they don't know the meaning of scruples. Well, scruples is a must in life, not to impress the world or not for the world, for one own self, for one to feel proud of himself or herself, or one to be a befitting example to his children or to his family. One definitely has to have scruples in life. Well, I know so many people who have told me, well, they don't know the term scruples, but in a very simple manner, they act like they've got scruples. But no, they don't have scruples, and those personalities are poles apart. Anyway, I'll state few examples that how a person who doesn't have scruples can affect or can harm the people who are around them, or people who are involved in their lives, end up suffering, end up in a miserable state, end up in a very complicated juncture just because of people who don't have scruples in life. Well, I knew a very dear person of mine who I thought was a scrupulous person, and I was gravely mistaken, because that person didn't have no scruples whatsoever. That person used to project like that person was a genuine person, a loyal person, a significant person, a concerned person, person of moral character, a straightforward person, a God-fearing person. But no, it was just a sham. It was just a sham. And when a person doesn't have scruples in life, right, that person ultimately only proves one thing, that that person is ungrateful and selfish. No matter what you do for that person, let that person be a family member, let that person be a friend, let that person be a person who you're dealing with in the outside world, or let that person be a loved one of yours. What I mean to say is, let that person be a girl of yours or a boy of yours who you're in love with. Let it be any person, right? That person, if doesn't live up to one's scruples, which they claim to have, which they vouch to have, becomes very dangerous, becomes very harmful, becomes really painful, and a person who only brings to the other person lamentation. Yeah, and they become very selfish, and they are ungrateful people. I know a person who I've mentioned before. I did everything for that person, everything which a person can do for the other person. Ultimately, that person only proved to be a person who didn't have scrupulous, a scrupulous person who turned out to be selfish and ungrateful. And that caused me a lot of humiliation, a lot of pain, a lot of embarrassment, a lot of hell. And so many people might be going through the same thing in this world just because of the scrupulous personality of the other person who they are dealing with, end up being a disaster, end up facing so many calamities which is not called for, just because we trusted them, we thought that they are scrupulous people, and we were liberal with our moves. Let it be any move, let it be moves of love, concernness, caringness, living up to their necessity, the works, right? The liberalness of one person towards the other person who turns out to be scrupulous, right, is painful, my dear friend. It's painful. And those people are a disgrace. They are a shame to society, to their family, to the people who they are involved with, and become very dangerous. So, my dear friends, if you realize, or if you sense out a person who doesn't have scruples, try to be careful with those people, and just avoid sorrows. And a person who thinks what I'm telling is right, and they realize that they don't have scruples, right? Try to change yourself, my dear friends. Try to change yourself, and try to what you may call it, get or tune yourself to get some scruples in life. Well, there's a limit to everything, and they say it's never too late. If anyone watching this program thinks that what I'm telling is true, right, and they realize that there are people who lack these qualities which I said, and scrupulous personalities, right, I think high time to change yourself, and high time to try to get or tune yourself, or try to learn some scruples in life and be a scrupulous person. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend nobody. It's just the facts of life which I want people to be aware of. And that's it. That's it, my dear friends. I hope you all will enjoy this video of mine and do the needful if called for. Thank you. Take care. Have a pleasant day. Ciao.